This Florida man was arrested and jailed over a donut.
Mr. Crispy, the donut guy, Krispy Kreme guy, Mr. Meth.
Daniel Rushing was driving back home after having his bi-weekly donut when he was stopped by the police.
So when the officer came up, then they just stared, and I said, did I do something wrong? You were going 41 and a 30.
The cop asked to search the car. Daniel agreed as long as the cop didn't give him a ticket. Instead, they did worse.
So they came out and they said, okay, we found it.
The policeman showed Rushing the icing they had collected from under his seat.
Right here, they found 3 little pieces.
The officer suspected Rushing had been taking drugs.
They said, yeah, we found what we thought was crack cocaine in the beginning, but now we think it's methamphetamines.
When questioned about it, Rushing was confused.
If you knew me, I would be the last guy anybody would expect to have crystal methamphetamine.
Danielle told them that's impossible and that he's never even smoked a cigarette.
Certainly you would think a police officer would recognize donut glaze.
Still, the cops were convinced that he was lying.
The officer said I did a drug test and it came out positive for crystal methamphetamines.
Rushing tried to explain to the policeman that the powder came from his donut.
I said, that's icing from a Krispy Kreme donut I had.
However, that didn't stop the cop from arresting him.
It's a terrible feeling to go to jail and you haven't done anything.
Rushing spent the night in prison.
So my sister called me and she's like, Dad's in jail, Dad's in jail. I'm like, what? My dad has never drank, never smoked his whole life.
After 10 hours, Rushing was released on bail, while the icing was sent off for further testing.
Eventually, the state attorney dropped the charges once the state lab determined that it was not methamphetamine, but donut glaze.
He ended up suing the city of Orlando for $37,500 after finding out Florida's testing kits allegedly give out a false positive result 1 in 5 times.
The thing is, we want to get these kits off the market or fixed.
To this day, Daniel Rushing continues to eat his favorite donuts.